We are back here on Girl Talk. We've been talking about design. It's Heritage Week, and we thought it would be very apropos to have Allison Fargiani on to talk about design and furniture, because design is design is design. And before we get started, I have to say that we were talking about some of the lily pieces and the color, and this is actually seagulls, and I think it's really interesting when you pay attention to the actual design of things that we have around us. And I know this piece that we're talking about today for you is something that's not a repurpose piece of furniture.
The last time you were here, we talked about how you do like befores and afters and kind of refinish other existing pieces.
You created it. Talk to us a little bit about this.
Well, this client came in and they wanted a coffee table. That's my New York accent coming out. Sorry.
Coffee table. Right.
For a house in Michigan. It's their summer house. So, you know, I went to their house, we took measurements, and they had a rough idea of what they wanted.
Which was what?
They wanted something with really nice chunky legs.
Okay.
They had a table, a dining room table that they kind of wanted to mimic but not exact. So that was our jumping off point. And so I found legs that were pretty close to the dining room table. She wanted black, and in most clothing, even furniture and clothing, white and black are staples.
Yeah, that is
never go
kind
out
of the
of
look.
style.
They
Right,
don't.
Debbie?
Classics.
So this
White and black.
I got white on. So this is something she can really put anywhere, you know. And so she came to the store and looked around at the different finishes, and she loved the channel beading nail head trim that I do. So from that, with the measurements and the legs, they wanted drawers. So we added 2 drawers on either side. They wanted a shelf on the bottom for books and stuff like that. And then we started the finish.
Okay.
So I made up 2 different finishes. It's hard to tell. One has a brown background, one has a neutral background with some glaze. And then she had a table also that had some steel on it. So that's where the steel effect came in. So all the beading was done in a pewtery steel finish with like a little
It's so good.
medallion.
Well, what's so interesting to me is that as you're sitting here and we're showing on television this beautiful furniture piece, again, I'm kind of bringing it full circle to where we are today in Belk and here at Lily, and how it's almost a layering thing.
Yeah.
You've kind of got the shell of your outfit and then all of these embellishments. And that's really what you're known for, your finishes and the embellishments. And it is amazing how...
Right, well, Nancy was
Yeah.
donning the scarves on us and kind of that
Exactly.
layering effect, and she had some jewelry pieces before too that we were looking at, so it was cool to see that, but it does apply to the furniture.
Doesn't it?
too.
I'm sitting here listening to you describe the furniture and thinking exactly that's what we've been doing here today.
Yeah, this was really fun for her too, because she was so glad it was like a one-of-a-kind piece. So she's got something that no one else has, and they had a lot of input in it, you know, which is kind of fun for a client.
And don't you think as a professional, again, bringing it full circle, you've got someone like Nancy or your staff or your professionals here, it's just like you. We as consumers know sort of what we want.
Right.
But sometimes you
Well, you need that extra person.
You need
And
that
sometimes you need a
expert.
push in a direction that's a little bit different than what you would normally do to get something extraordinary.
Oh, we have more fun when we go to see you actually do furniture, and you talking about how she like guides her clients.
Well, when they're like confused and they don't know like which direction to go, you just really have to listen to those key things that they want. I mean, first, function is to me the most important. So they needed a certain size. They wanted the drawers for remote, which never goes in the drawer, but you got to have it to save
Just
it
in case.
there.
Just in case.
Just in case the husband puts it away. They wanted a shelf so that she could stack magazines. And then after that started, okay, what do you want it to look like? You know, and so that was really kind of fun.
Did you go through a series of sketches that...
I drew a sketch. This time I did it with one version on this side had one leg. This had another leg. And then we played around with the shelf on the floor or floating in the middle, you know, so, and then the bead trim was just going to be on anything she wanted. So that was kind of fun.
Do you kind of in your heart know which one is the right one?
Most of the time, but you're there to please the client, and that's your main goal. So I have to push myself back sometimes.
With something like this, how long is that process? I know it can probably take
about
forever, but
2 to
how in
3
this
weeks to
particular-
build, and took me about a week and a half to paint.
And what about the design, like working through the design
Took me about
aspect?
2 weeks, you know.
That's
Does it
really not
It's
bad.
not
So
bad
bad.
at all. And again, we're going to take a quick break. You're going on a field trip. We've talked
Ooh.
about furniture design. We've talked about people design and clothing design. We are now going to go.
Landscape
Yes,
design.
now we're going to talk about landscape design at the greenery. So stay with us. We'll be right back.